All right, so today we're jumping into a story that literally traps you in a nightmare, one with no escape. It's this incredible psychological puzzle about a mission that just resets every 12 minutes. Forever. Let's break down the chilling short story, The 13th Day. And it all kicks off with this command whispered by a mysterious voice in the dark. These are the words that get the whole inescapable cycle moving. A mission, 12 soldiers, 12 days, and one very, very simple rule. You can't fail. So let's meet our guy, Mazen. And to put it mildly, he is trapped. For the last week, his entire life has been run by this terrifying routine, a nightmare he has to relive again and again and again with absolutely no way out. You have to picture this. The second that clock hits midnight, Mazen's not in his bed anymore. Nope, he is instantly somewhere else, inside a massive warplane, decked out in full military gear. The air is just thick with tension, sirens are blaring, red emergency lights flashing all over the place. And what's so creepy about this whole thing is how consistent it is. It never changes. You've got the 12 soldiers, their faces totally hidden by these black hermits. There's a commander barking out these cryptic orders. And then there's Mazen, who has zero memory of how he even got there or what the mission is. He's basically a soldier with no past and a terrifyingly repetitive future. So this is the loop, right? This absolutely suffocating cycle he can't break out of. It starts at midnight, throws him into this chaotic blur of combat and screaming, and it always, always ends in a huge, blinding white explosion. And then, poof, he wakes up. And the clock? It always says 12:12, a 12-minute nightmare. Every single night. Now, at first, you'd think, okay, it's just a bad dream. Maybe stress or something. And that's exactly what Mazen thinks. But then things start to happen that make him question everything. The nightmare starts to bleed through into his waking life. The very first sign shows up just 3 days into this whole mess. It's something small, but it is totally impossible to ignore. After that nightly explosion, he wakes up and finds a fresh cut on his arm, a real physical injury from a dream. This is that first little crack in his reality. I mean, how can a nightmare leave an actual scar? Okay, fast forward a few nights to day 6. If the wound wasn't enough, the evidence now gets even more tangible. It starts attacking his other senses. He wakes up and his pajamas, the clothes he went to bed in his own safe apartment, they stink of smoke and gunpowder. The smell of the battlefield has literally followed him home. The line between his two worlds isn't just blurring anymore. At this point, it's dissolving. All right, so this all leads up to the final countdown, the last 2 nights of this so-called 12-day mission. And this is where things really, really escalate and the mystery just gets deeper. So on the 11th night, something's off. The warplane is just quiet. It's eerily empty. All the other soldiers are gone. It's just Mazen and the commander, standing in this humming silence right before the battle. And that's when the commander turns to him and delivers this chilling, cryptic warning. A last chance. A chance for what, though? What happens if the mission stays incomplete? Mazen is just left with way more questions than answers as he's heading into that final night. So now it's the 12th night, the final night. Mazen is determined not to fall asleep. He's fighting it with everything he's got. But it doesn't matter. At midnight, reality itself just crumbles. His room gets freezing cold, the power cuts out, and then he hears it, the deafening roar of the warplane's engine filling his apartment. The nightmare is literally coming for him. He blinks once, and he's back on the plane. And the battle that kicks off this time, it's crazier, more intense than anything he's experienced yet. But right in the middle of all that chaos, all the gunfire and explosions, Mazen is about to discover the horrifying truth. The mission is finally about to be revealed. As soldiers are falling all around him, Mazen's eyes lock onto the commander. He's just standing there, calmly, at the back of the plane. And Mazen notices something he's never, ever seen before. There's a small crack in the commander's helmet. Mazen looks closer, trying to see through it, and what he sees stops his heart. A familiar face. It's his own. The commander, the guy giving all the orders, the architect of this whole nightmare. It's him. His double just smiles as bullets are flying past, and he speaks. And the voice is his, but also not his. The 13th day. Welcome with us, Mason. The mission is over. A new reality has just begun. And just when you think it can't get any worse, it does. The ultimate horror. One by one, the other 11 soldiers, they take off their helmets. And underneath every single one is Mazen's face. The entire squad, every single chosen one, is a copy of himself. So what does this all mean? This absolutely shocking reveal just redefines the entire mission. The terrifying truth is that it was never about winning some battle against an enemy out there. The battle was always internal. Let's just break this down, because it's a lot. The commander, that's Mazen. The soldiers he's fighting alongside, also Mazen. And the enemy they're all fighting, you guessed it, that's Mazen too. It's a self-contained war, a personal purgatory. That whole 12-day mission was never meant to be completed. It was an initiation, a test to see if he was ready to join the cycle for good. And that last line of the story just twists the knife. It confirms his fate is sealed. Waking up at 12:12 was never an escape. It was just a reset button. The clock has struck 12:12 somewhere else now, and it's starting a brand new identical mission for another version of him. He didn't escape the loop. He just became a permanent fixture inside of it. Which leaves us with this one absolutely terrifying question to chew on. In a war where you are the soldier, fighting yourself, being commanded by yourself, alongside yourself, is victory even possible? Or is the only real outcome just an endless, repeating battle, forever and ever?